after I saw that charade on TV, you must work hard. This is a revolution. Hopefully bloodless. But nonetheless, it must happen. It's time to refresh that tree again. It's time to move on. I've seen a lot happen here, from Lowry to Locke, Gregoire. Let's hope the next one's McKenna. I'm glad to be with you. I'll be out knocking on doors. Please be part of it, just as you heard from the others. We have to do this together. You hear from us, those who live run, but if you're not behind us, we can't make it happen. We got to reach critical mass before it's too late. And let's save this country. Thank you.
There we go. You would think I'd know how to work a microphone, wouldn't you? I want to introduce a very good friend of mine who worked with me at KBI, and when management said he had no talent, he moved across the street to KTGH to prove he did have talent. My good friend, David Williams from KTGH.
People show up. I mean, it's so difficult for us to get out here all the way to Olympia on a Saturday. I know I had a ton of things to do, but I couldn't be anywhere else either. A lot of people call the show and say, well, there's no difference. You know, there's nobody to represent us. But I've got a quick question, if Senator Stevens still here. How many Democrats signed on to this letter in support of Rob McKenna? Just out of curiosity. 0. Any House Democrats sign on to the letter in support of 0? Okay, so what does that tell you? Yeah, it tells you got friends on one side and the rest are just drunk with power. Where are those blue dog conservative Democrats? Where are those constitutional blue dog Democrats fighting for the rights of the citizen? Where are they? Oh, wait. Be absolutely silent. Absolutely silent. Will the blue dog Democrat in the room please raise your hand? 1. Not 1. Now we need more. Or we need to convert this one. Look. You know, one of the things I did on the show recently was a reference to 300. I don't know how many of you heard it. Just a small group of Spartans stood up to the Persians, and I thought, you know, look, in Washington State, usually the conservatives are vastly outnumbered. How many folks showed up to protest outside Rob McKenna's door? Looks like this time we might outnumber them. Just as Kirby says you got to get more involved, I say you got to amplify your voice. You know, yesterday when I got this email from somebody who said, "Well, yeah, I contributed to a campaign, but now I get spam." I said, "Are you kidding me? You know, the General Washington at Valley Forge is stuck with troops with no shoes, and you're upset about spam? You got to be dedicated. You got to amplify that voice. When you see somebody who's upset, you ask, who have you contributed to? Because ultimately the warriors are people like Senator Stevens here, people like Senator Carroll, people like Senator Campbell, people who are standing up and saying, elect, and the candidates out there. We've got to have people to back up Rob McKenna. Piece of silver lining, and I don't know if anybody's addressed it yet or not. One brief silver lining here, and that is, if you noticed, when Attorney General McKenna decided that enough's enough, and he was signing on to this bipartisan lawsuit, did you notice what Governor Gregoire and the Democrat majorities in both our state houses did? Almost immediately. They wanted to cut funding. They finally found spending they don't like. Thanks so much. Thanks to Kirby Welker.
I'm shorter than this. 3 to 6, Monday through Friday, KTG 877, The Truth. When it goes on vacation, I can sit in for it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to continue with the program. I'm going to turn this back over to Tom. And with the rest of the program, but please, folks, seriously, we have 6 months. Please don't lose the spirit, don't lose the enthusiasm. Join the local Tea Party, Americans for Prosperity.org, come see the after rally. How great on the Wednesday after the election, we look at our kids and say, we did it for you, we took our country back!
Effort to develop statesmen for office? Yeah. Can we vet them and find out who they are? Yeah. We'll go to WashingtonPatriotHub.org, Campaign Central, top dead center. We're posting all the candidates for U.S. Senate, U.S. House. We're going to try and get all the legislative districts on there as well for the entire state, but I need help with that. Partially because we have so many candidates joining the races. WashingtonPatriotHub.org. Ralph Waldo Emerson is quoted saying, "There is no history, only biography." He noted that most of us recall little from most accounts about distant times and places, except how individual people confront the personal challenge of living. So I'd encourage everyone to consider what your biography is in this movement. Consider how you want to contribute. Consider where your passions lie. Consider where the Lord has given you gifts that you can use to advance the cause of liberty. There is no history of my own. Now let me introduce a person Thomas Jefferson called the father of the Revolution. He was the signer of the Declaration of Independence, a 4-time governor of Massachusetts, a solid man of faith, the founder of the Sons of Liberty, a man I call my friend, Sam Adams.
You sons and daughters of liberty, I call you all, as we did at the beginning, to the Liberty Tree. This is where we stand this day, is at the Liberty Tree. Amen. I was called to come and talk to you, and I sojourned instead of across the country through time. So please indulge me, if you will, if my spectacles have to go on and I refer to my notes. I thank you all for being here. One of the things we want to do is thank you, Mr. McKenna, Attorney General. Bill of Rights, come to foundation. I said this we could stand on. That Bill of Rights was established. Days of tyranny would not be there. We knew, those who were anti-federalists, that the days of designing men and women would come about. And what we looked at and said is that we cannot tolerate that because it becomes tyranny. And we escaped from tyranny. And now, as we established our new government, we needed the security of our rights. And thank you, sir, for standing on that 10th Amendment in its 2nd clause. Of truth and pure heart as you go through this trial. And we will stand behind you. These people will stand behind you.